Hello and welcome to another episode of Seeing Live. I'm Colion Noir, and thanks for joining me. Our first guest is Hunter, who gained a lot of attention for herself on social media, and she goes by the name of Kendall Jones. I say that as if she kind of had a choice. But anyway, what's going on, Kendall?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm making it day by day, right up until we hit annual meetings, and then everything would just kind of go to hell. But you know. We're good.
Yep.
So, let's just jump right into it in terms of like, how did you first get into hunting? You know, the most obvious question in the world, right?
Yeah, the one everyone asks. Well, my dad actually got me into hunting. Whenever I was 8, he took me over to South Africa with him on his safari. And at that time, I wasn't exactly sure how I liked hunting and like what I thought about it. He was like, "Do you want to hunt?" And I was like, I don't know about that. But as soon as we got over there, I fell in love with it, and I wanted to hunt everything. But because I told my dad no, I didn't want to, he didn't bring a gun small enough for me.
Okay.
So I waited until I was 13, and I went back over there, and that's whenever I actually started hunting, and I started the Big 5 as I was over there as well. And just since then, I've been in love with hunting, and I've gone ever since.
So what was it about when he asked you initially, right? Like I remember the first time my friend asked me if I wanted to go shooting, right? And I had a reservation behind it. A lot of it was because, you know, I wasn't sure if I was anti. I kind of was like, everybody I know who had guns outside of that pointed them at people they shouldn't point them at, and, you know, did all types of nefarious things, right? At that time, what was it about the idea of hunting that kind of gave you a little bit of pause versus to what you inevitably ended up doing?
I just wasn't sure about it. Like, I had heard stories and stuff, and I always grew up with my dad hunting, but I had never like been myself. So it was just something I just wasn't sure if I could handle, and wasn't sure if I was going to like it. So I was just kind of skeptical about it. I wouldn't say that I was like absolutely no. I just kind of like wanted to try it out, and I was just weirded out at the fact of like animals being harvested. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. But now I like understand everything behind it. So
Okay.
fell in love.
So now, would you consider yourself passionate about hunting, or is it something you just enjoy doing?
Yes, I find myself very passionate about it because I like to inform people about it. I like to try to educate them and get them, like, especially like anti-hunters or like some of my friends that like know absolutely nothing about hunting. I like to teach them and like understand the meaning behind hunting, and so they just don't think I go out there and just shoot anything.
Gotcha. So
because that's what a lot of people think. A lot of people think hunting is just you go out there, there's no limits on anything, you just shoot everything you see.
Yeah, you just bring machine guns. If it moves, you shoot. Right? That's how it works. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
Now, where do you think a lot of that perception comes from?
Bad media. Like, for instance, whenever I went to Africa and when everything kind of like blew up about me, they got everything wrong. They were very misinformed on stuff. I shot a leopard and a lion, and I heard I shot a tiger. I heard I shot a cheetah. I heard like I shot all these other species that I really didn't shoot. A jaguar. And so like I think that's where a lot of the backlash comes. And just kind of people doing hunting wrong. Like not promoting it in a fair light to people that aren't on the hunting side, so they make them more mad.
So when you went hunting for the very first time, kind of walk me through what that experience was like. Like, how much of it do you remember? And then just kind of talk me through what you were feeling during that time when you were hunting for the very first time. And the reason why I ask this question is because I've had several hunters on the show, and it's interesting to see everybody kind of has a different perspective in the way that they approached it. And so it's kind of intriguing to hear those varying perspectives on people's first time ever hunting.
Yeah, so mine is very unique because I started hunting in Africa. I never hunted in the U.S. before. So the very first time I ever went was whenever I was 8 with my dad, watching him hunt. And just seeing all the wildlife, it was just beautiful, and it's so relaxing out there. It's like just you and nature, basically. So that's kind of got what me hooked. But whenever I went hunting for the first time, I was scared because I was hunting the dangerous five. I started huge game. So,
Overly ambitious.
I'm a very unique one. Like, I didn't start off with a whitetail or just like with a hog. I started off with a rhino. So it's kind of like that thing could eat me. So I was scared, but afterwards, like, I felt like I accomplished something because hunting was so hard. Like, you had to track it. You had to, and a lot of people don't know this, but everything in Africa has a thorn on it. So I was getting stabbed by thorns. I was getting cut. I was like, oh my gosh, this is way harder than I thought.
But I thought you said it was relaxing.
Yeah. But of course, I was only 13 then. But I just love being outside and just like with nature, away from the real world.
Gotcha. So what does your normal life look like? Not normal life, but when you're not hunting, what does your day-to-day typically look like?
Well, I'm still in college, so I go to Texas Tech University, so I have class.
We have a couple of fans over here. Whatever.
Yeah, so I go to class, and I'm just a normal girl. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to go shopping. I love working out. I work out all the time. I actually just got done not too long ago. So that's like what my daily routine is I work out. I like to hang out with my friends. I go to class.
Now with the working out part, do you find at all that kind of helps with respect to the type of hunting? I mean, you do real life hunting, right? Not that hunting deer is not real life hunting, but like you said before, your first time hunting was in Africa, and so you're stalking and you're dealing with the elements and the environments. Do you feel like being in shape matters? Does it matter? Does it help? Does it?
Yeah, for sure. You have to definitely be in shape, especially for some of the mountain hunts. Going up and down those mountains, you have to have some endurance and be able to keep up. Like, I've been pretty winded on some hunts before, so I would definitely say you have to be in shape. And it also helps with my bow strength. I have really bad shoulders, so working out shoulders and trying to strengthen those muscles helps me with the bow aspect of it.
Okay. Now, with do you remember what you were using the very first time you hunted? Like what gun you were using?
Yes, I do remember it because it was the very first gun I ever shot too. So,
Jesus.
You
just didn't want to waste any time. You just was like, I'm just going to get all of this experience out of the way now. And
I practiced shooting before I went out, but my dad, before we went over there, he was like, you have to practice shooting. You have to practice what you're going to shoot with. And since you've never shot a gun, we're just going to start you out with this one. And it was a .416. So I was 13, shot a .416, and it left a bruise on my shoulder for sure. So now everyone's like, oh, yeah, it kicks a little bit. I'm like, no gun kicks a little bit. I got started off with one of the hardest kicking guns there is. So pretty much, yeah. I don't think any gun kicked.
Okay. Now, what do you have a preference? Like, what's your favorite animal to hunt and why?
Oh, gosh.
I mean, if you just want to talk through some of the favorites that stand out, that's fine too. But
okay, yeah. I wouldn't say like favorite species of animal. Turkey has started to be my favorite. I just got into turkey hunting last year, and it's a lot of fun.
Everybody, what is it about hunting turkey? Like the last person I had on here, that was her favorite too. She loved hunting turkeys, and we both agreed that turkeys were the assholes of the bird world.
Yeah.
So you agree with that statement, right? They're assholes, right?
Yep. Okay. They are the dumbest animal or dumbest bird until it's turkey season. I swear. I'm like, y'all are dumb. And then turkey season, they can see you from a mile away and run. I'm like, oh my gosh. But just about turkey. Have you ever been turkey hunting?
Seriously?
What?
No, I'm joking. No, I've never been turkey hunting.
Okay.
The only thing I've ever hunted is hogs. Okay. I haven't hunted anything else. I would like to, but for whatever reason, everybody who offers to take me, they never actually follow through.
Well, shame on them.
Well, I mean, eventually I'll get there one way or the other.
Yeah.
But
no, about turkey hunting, they talk back to you. You can call them and they talk back to you. So I think that's really cool, and like you can hear them, but you can't see them.
Huh? So they're like coyotes.
No,
No,
not like
no. Well, the only reason I say that is because I've been some places I can hear the coyotes. I just don't. I can't see them.
Okay, I can see that aspect of it because they're far away. But like in roost, they're like in the trees right above you, and you'll hear them gobble. And
Wait,
you're
I thought
like,
turkeys couldn't fly.
They can fly.
Wait, they can? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Wow. I legitimately thought turkeys could not fly.
You learn something new every day.
Wow. Yeah, I would just wish it didn't happen on live television.
It's fine.
Okay, but no, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna kind of go into some of the hate that you got as a result of some of the pictures that were online and how you went about dealing with the trolls of the internet world. I think you actually did a pretty damn good job. So we'll come back and we'll talk about that.
Of having internet trolls.
I think I can challenge you on that.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find out. All right.